Is it true that under Islam, lying is allowed and actually authorized? It's a very complicated question to answer. There are many different chapters to it. So on this specific episode, I will only cover and answer the question of the difference between taqiyya and tariya. I would like to actually refer to them. Taqiyya in English means deceive. Tariya in English means white lies. So from this point on, I won't even use the Arabic word for it because I don't like to do that. So when I say deceive, we're talking about taqiyya. When I say white lies, we're talking about tariya. Before I answer the specific questions of difference between deceive and white lies, I would like to cover the general answer. And that would be, yes, sadly, lying is absolutely not only allowed under Sharia, it's also advised under Sharia. There are many different types of lies that are allowed, but there is only one type that is actually advised and promoted, and that is deceive, which you all might know as taqiyya. Deceive is referred to in Quran, it's referred to in Hadith, in Sunnah, and also on what's known as fatwa, which is a recent current imam of Islamic society orders. Deceive has a very strict guideline. You can use deceive as a Muslim, only as a Muslim. You're allowed to use it under these circumstances. 1, your life is in danger, and if you admit to being a Muslim, you will be killed. Therefore, you're allowed to lie and say, I am not a Muslim and I do not follow Sharia. However, you are not allowed to denounce Allah or Muhammad or disrespect them. That's one guide. The second circumstance is you're allowed to use deceive as if you are trying to convert a non-Muslim to Islam. So you are allowed to change the meaning behind a verse or word of Allah to something that would be more sugar-coated or more accepted. You're allowed to lie about the meaning behind the verse of Quran, and you will not be punished for that. The third reason you are allowed and always forgiven for using deceive is if you are trying to conquer a land to further Islamization. You're more than welcome to lie about anything within Islam to conquer a land and turn it into Islamic land. The fourth reason you're allowed to use deceive is if you are trying to save a Muslim's life, just like you could save your own life. Now, you could lie about something that they've done, or you can denounce them as Muslim. You can say, oh no, he or she isn't a Muslim, to save their life. These are the only circumstances you are allowed to use deceive. However, I'm sure you know this, these are huge deals. The fact that a Muslim is allowed to change the meaning of a verse within Quran to convince someone to convert to Islam is, I think it's beyond deceive. It's just way too dangerous. Now we're going to move forward to what was asked of me, the difference between taqiyya and tariya. Now tariya, in a sense, it seems to be a bigger deal, but it isn't. Tariya, or as I said, called white lies, it's simply just a white lie. A Muslim is allowed to use white lies. There are no guidance. You can use this under any circumstances. But for specific reasons. I'm going to give you an example. A Muslim man with his family is in the middle of somewhere that there is no access to halal food. He can go buy a non-halal food, give it to his family and lie to them and say this is halal because he wants to feed them. As long as they don't know it's not halal, they didn't commit a sin, and he will be forgiven because he was trying to feed his Muslim family. For example, a Muslim guy rapes a woman in Western country where it's a crime. A friend is there who witnessed everything. He can go to court and under oath of non-Islamic court, he can actually use white lie to say, I didn't see anything, or he didn't rape her, because under Islam, he didn't commit a crime. So the Muslim friend is saving the other Muslim friend because in reality he didn't commit a crime, so he shouldn't be punished. Are you following me here? Are they dead? I mean, in general, lying isn't a good thing anyways. But the fact that a religion is actually allowing its people to freely lie and in certain cases be rewarded and in certain cases be forgiven, it's a horrible thing. I'm not going to argue that part. However, my own experience, first-hand experience of life, taqiyya or deceive is still the biggest danger. It's the biggest dangerous tool that was given to Muslims. Because as I said, white lies, we all use it here and there. You know, sometimes you want to help a friend, sometimes you want to help yourself. But with taqiyya, it's not about helping someone. It's about furthering the agenda of Islamization. Because at the end of the day, the peace day has been promised to Muslims, no matter Shia or Sunni, or from any other chapter. The promise of the peace day is when every breathing human on the planet is a Muslim. So because of that purpose, they've been given the tool of taqiyya or deceive to be able to conquer every land and convert every human being or kill those who will not convert so they can come to their peace day. So basically, as I always say, they will celebrate their day of peace while walking on the blood of innocent kafir or non-believers. I hope this answered the question about the difference between tariya and taqiyya. But in general, as I said, there are many different categories of lies that has been allowed and authorized by Allah himself, Muhammad himself, and many other Islamic leaders, including today's imams in the mosque preaching to the Muslim people that use the lies to convert more people or use the lies to be able to conquer the lands.